Office of Strategic Intelligence, Espionage, Order, and Law. Section 1. Abstract. The Office of Strategic Intelligence is the most clandestine organization within the Universal Union, withholding the majority of the Overwatch forces and the various summit sectoral or global administrations. There is little to no public information regarding the OSI, other than that it exists, with the Ministry of Civil Protection. The Office of Strategic Intelligence being considered two equal, separate entities within the various civic, ministerial, and departmental of City 24. Only a few, the city, sectoral, and global administrations may intercede in the course of the functions of the OSI, with various fringe elements residing within the slums and sewers. The level of totalitarianism inducted into the populace also is supplemented by a high level of unstated, insidious rebellious groups and activities, where civil protection and the Overwatch transhuman arm cannot regularly patrol nor sweep without some cause. The Office of Strategic Intelligence offers an intermediary of civic oversight and undercover investigative capacities for Overwatch and the city's security and social well-being. Although the OSI presence has been unseen prior, its implicit clandestine nature means such an aspect would be beneficial to the now coming espionage and intelligence operations may be coordinated with the current cycle of new operatives. Section 2. Contemporary Intelligence, Secrecy, and Security. There are many examples where real-life organizations may be used as an influencing aspect of the OSI. Besides contemporary examples such as the Central Intelligence Agency and the Secret Intelligence Service, it would seem more fitting much more totalitarian agencies would suit the combined Universal Union version, an espionage organization, specifically ideologically subjective opinion-wise. Such an espionage organization, under the tyrannical and authoritative nature of the Universal Union, would parallel the functionality, operational procedures, and protocols of the Reich attempt of Germany during WW2. The Rome Main Security Office would comprise of black-booted security officers that maintained utter, scrupulous surveillance upon the German population to ensure that the state was secure, protected, and quelled under the new rule. Stereotypical examples of espionage in popular culture usually maintain a pew-pew kind of Hollywood fictionized, action-based, procedural environments for intelligence organizations. However, an intelligence agency, at least a good one, would seek to carry out direct operations and hostile engagements, if at all, is a side objective. The primary objective would be to indeed provide strategic intelligence, information, and secrets to assist Overwatch, civil protection, or otherwise in the maintenance of social stability. With the Central Intelligence Agency, Secret Intelligence Service, and etc., the main objective is to gather hostile intelligence to detect the interest and security of the respective state. As such, the OSI does not combat petty crimes or socially involved violations, although it may be not limited in doing such to combat long-term rebellious conduct, mass-planned anti-civil incursions, and disrupt the efforts of hostile fringe elements. Whether the OSI implements total blackout identity for its organization, or a traditional, open secret approach would be up to its administration. However, in the case of both, the clandestine nature of the OSI would imply that the conservative, popular concept of the trenchcoat detective would be not in effect, but rather, at least for field agents, to blend in and be as grey as possible. Section 3. Canon Contextualization. Although Half-Life, Alex introduced the idea of ministries, official espionage organization was yet to be seen. In Half-Life 2, the potential espionage-based enemies, such as a combined assassin, was not directly implemented. We see examples of canonized espionage and intelligence within Half-Life. In a scene in Half-Life Alex, we can see an unidentified, middle-aged woman acting either an informant or an official agent of an intelligence organization, conversing in their apartment directly to an advisor. While the overarching quasi-omniscient nature of the Overwatch, whether sectoral or of the global AI, may maintain that the Universal Union and the advisors would not require human informants out of pride or requirement. This specific example within Alex at least demonstrates the capacity and possibilities for the human populace to collaborate within intelligence or clandestine information-based function, as civil protection carries out most of the Union's physical, socio-political regulations upkeep. Infamous and familiar OSI hypothetical canon-structured implementation would be with, at a discretion, individual centralization, and with impeccable precise operational conduct and procedures. Section 4. The procedure, protocol, and personification. As many Half-Life role-playing communities usually incorporate in fictional intelligence or clandestine agency, such implementations vary in canon accuracy and feasibility, as the amount of attention and detail to maintain universe accuracy is paramount. As aforementioned in section Roman 3, the three elements of discretion, individual centralization, and operational conduct and procedures would be three criteria that determine the overall efficiency and general ability of such hypothetical implementations. Moreover, in specifics, discretion includes the maintenance of multiple facades to maintain cover. Individual centralization is the idea that each intelligence agent is a functional cog, a centralized machine. Ergo, the intelligence agency is a whole. Operational conducts and procedures must maintain clandestinity in the specific agent's decorum to maintain the uniform, the professional nature of such universal union-based intelligence agency. Furthermore, the agents of such organizations must be very well-versed in either implementation-specific law and mechanics or of the physical environment, is at least to the level or exceeding the typical know-how of most insurgents or fringe elements role-players. In addition, because what maybe I see often overcrosses into the OC environments, agents must also be active locally within their communities. Being aware sometimes includes community politics and informational hygiene to better roleplay capability and appearances without metagaming. An example of an incorrect VS or correct operation is as follows. Suppose there exists a state of civil unrest with armed insurgents lurking inside indigent who assume that Overwatch has not been made aware. However, OSI is aware an incorrect operational response would be to order field agents to violently commit TBC upon the building. Guns blazing, OSI would leave any such pew-pew nature operations to Overwatch or civil protection. A correct operational response would be to order field agents to properly scope out if and while maintaining cover, gathering the information of each armed insurgent, to gather details of incursive capacity and hypothetical abilities, to promptly and discreetly disseminate to OSI and Overwatch before any hostile incursions are launched. Section 5. The conclusion. Literally 1984. The functionaries within the Office of Strategic Intelligence would be akin to the idea of the thought police, inconspicuous, reserved, and attentive, ears and eyes open, mouth closed. The OSI seeks out information as the primary function, while physical operations, supposedly maintained as secondary capacity. Although civil protection is the public's image of safety and vigilance, there indeed exists a much more insidious protector of the universal union's populace, a protector that may very well be anyone,